VWilhoite, who is the Deputy Chief of the Consumer Affairs Division of the Tennessee Regulatory Authority. And of course, Ms. Wilhoite, we promised that we'd give you an opportunity during the second segment to sort of inform our audience of some of the issues, some of the most important issues that you've identified that they would be interested in dealing with your responsibility in the commission.
Okay. Well, a couple of the categories of complaints that our agency deals with are some of our leading complaints. There's an issue of slamming, which is the unauthorized switching of someone's long-distance carrier. What happens is a person opens up their telephone bill and sometimes see a telephone company that they are not familiar with, or they're very surprised by the astronomical amount of their bill, which has not been the norm. What they find out is that they've been, their long-distance service has been switched without their authorization. That's one of our leading complaints that we receive, and what we try to do is to resolve it in the fashion of making the consumer whole. But if the case is that they actually allowed their service to be switched and unknowingly it happened, it could very well be an instance of slamming. If in fact that it is found that the person did sign some type of agreement or said hello, said yes in a recording to the agreement to switch their long distance service, the company would not be fined. But nevertheless, we want to make sure it doesn't happen again. We want consumers to not be confused about who they have or who they will select for their long distance or local telephone service. So slamming is one of the leading causes, one of the leading complaints that we handle at our agency. Another complaint that we also handle is cramming. Those are funny words, slamming and cramming. Yeah, exactly. But the violation itself is so appropriate when it comes to the name. Cramming, which is the unauthorized billing of a service or product on a person's telephone bill. So you actually basically you have crammed that charge, or you've actually placed that charge on their bill, just you pushed it on them. It's,
in other words, it's a charge that they didn't ask for.
It's a charge that
so they're receiving some kind of program from the carrier.
Absolutely.
But they've not requested that program, and that's been added. Well, now, you know, I think that I've seen something like that on some of my own bills. And so that is known as...
It's cramming.
Cramming.
Exactly. Now, what consumers don't want to do is become confused by what is supposed to be on there, what's not supposed to be on there. Of course, you know, the telephone bill has changed quite a bit since divestiture. You know, it has changed quite a bit since the breakup of the baby bill. You see a lot of things on there that you have never seen before, and some of those charges are legitimate. Not all of them are handed down by our agency or allowed by the agency. There's some are allowed by the Federal Communication Commission. And of course, if the consumer has questions about that, they would need to contact the FCC. But we're always ready to help them understand whether it's a federal charge or a charge that was allowed by the state. We want to help them understand what is that charge, and if it's not supposed to be on there, we want to help the consumer to be made whole. And that was slamming, that was cramming. One very important program that holds dear to my heart, because it really does help so many people, and I'm glad that our agency is the agency that absolutely oversee the workings of it. It's called Link Up and Lifeline. Link Up is a program that will help low-income consumers to connect their service at a discounted rate. For instance, in a Bell South calling area,